Drop. Drop.
Hello, hello. Thank you guys for joining me live tonight. This is going to be so fun. If you're joining us for one of our create nights, that is what this is. So you guys can create along with me, or if you're creating something else while we're doing this, that is always welcome as well. We are going through Book Bolt tonight. I'm going to show you everything from start to finish so that you can actually see what is going on with this software. I'm going to share my whole screen with you guys here. Golly. All right, so this is Book Bolt. We are going to hop right in here. If you have hopped on a live before, this is kind of like a little create along. If you guys have ever thought of creating or selling anything on Amazon KDP, that is what this software is going to help you do. But if you think outside the box, this software actually lets you download any kind of PDF. So you can publish on multiple different platforms if you want to. If you're thinking about selling like digital downloads, PDFs, ebooks, anything like that, this is going to be something that you're going to want to pay attention to because it is going to come in so handy. It makes it so easy for you, not just for creating your PDFs, but with the formatting and everything that goes into formatting as well. It is just a magical thing, let me tell you. We're going to walk through Book Bolt Studio today, and we're going to create an activity book. And I'm going to show you all of the different things that you can actually create on here. They have a ton of different templates that you can already choose from. They're already ready for you to get up and rolling. They are pre-created for you, so it makes it so much easier for you to actually build your book. And this could be a maze book, it could be a puzzle book, it could be an activity book, it could be your entire manuscript. If you want to do that, you can actually build out your manuscript inside of Book Bolt. which basically means if you are writing a novel that's going to be hundreds of pages long, you can do it inside of this as well. Or if you already have your PDF and you're worried about formatting it, you can upload it into BookBolt Studio as well. So let's just hop straight into it. Now you can go to BookBolt. You can use my link. It's in my description. And if you want a little coupon code, you can use mine as well. It is Magic20 and you can get a discount. And you can go over here to BookBolt, click on my link, get your first book for free, and then you are just off to the races. You can create whatever you want. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that you can create tonight. But you also get access to a ton of tools inside of your studio. So we have BookBolt, you have favorites, keywords, movers and shakers, evergreen, KDP categories, which basically means it tells you exactly what categories to list your book in. Once you are inside of Amazon KDP, you are going to be prompted to put in categories. And then you don't have to think about it. You can just go right here and it'll tell you, okay, your book fits into these categories. Go to Amazon and select them. It's so easy. So what we're going to do, we're going to hop into Studio. That's like where I like to spend my free time, to be honest. If you are following me anywhere online over like on my Instagram, or I think I have it on YouTube as well, but I have a little video of me in the car messing with BookBolt Studio because you can do it from anywhere. So I'm going to click right here. And we're going to open up BookBolt Studio, which is this guy. And this is a previous thing that I was messing with. We're actually going to start a brand new project. You're going to go right here to projects, select new project, and we're going to create a paperback cover and interior. Now you're going to have two options here where it's going to say low content or AI story generator. This is where you can generate an entire story with AI, including images, pretty much the entire thing you can do with that. But we are going to create a low content book today. We're going to create an activity book. So we're going to say kids activity book, and we're going to say what size do we want it. Now, if you've been on one of my lives before, I've been doing 8.5 by 11. I like that size, especially for activity books. They're a little bit bigger. Kids aren't going to lose them. You just have a little bit more to work with on the page, which I like. So we're going to select that for our trim size. Our interior is going to be black and white with white paper. And then for an activity book, I'm not going to do 100 pages. You can do anywhere from like 26 pages up to 800 pages here. And so I think I might do, I'm going to keep it simple tonight and we'll do a 26 pager. So once you type that in, you say 26 pages, it's going to give you your cover. And then it's also going to give you every single page, all of the pages that we just told it to create. And what you're going to see is this trim line here. And that trim line is saying, hey, don't touch this. Don't have any of your text or any of your images come off the page or get too close to this green line, because Amazon's going to say, hey, man, you're too close to this, and they're going to reject it. And then you're going to have to adjust. You're going to go back into BookBolt Studio, move some things around, re-download your file, re-upload it to Amazon KDP. It's just an additional step. So if you can keep it within these margins, you're doing great. And then if you see this guy right here, this little yellow square, that is where the barcode is going to go. So what that means is Amazon, once you are done with your PDF, you have it the way that you want it, and you upload it to Amazon KDP, Amazon is going to say, sweet, I'm going to put a barcode here, and they're going to generate one, and it's going to go right there, so that when they print your book, they print it, they package it, they ship it, they handle all of that, and then they pay you royalties when your books get sold. So it's a win-win for everybody. You don't have to mess with shipping or anything like that. But when they do that, they're going to put a barcode there so that they can track your book and keep track of it. So you don't want to have any text or imagery right here where this barcode is. This is your spine, of course, right down the middle. So this right side is going to be your front cover. This left side is going to be your back cover. And anything down the middle is going to be your spine. For those of you who are creating a larger book, your spine, of course, is going to be bigger. So you might want to consider that when you are designing. You might want to put some text down the spine to make it a little nicer so people know what they're looking at from the side. Okay, so we already have a template that is fully Amazon KDP ready. We do not have to do anything. We do not have to adjust it. It's really a download and go situation right now. The only thing that would reject you at this point, when you are uploading to Amazon KDP, is if you get text or imagery too close to this border. That's not going to fly. They're going to reject it. You're going to get an email saying, hey, fix it, and you're going to fix it and go through all the steps that we just talked about. Okay. So we're going to go right down here and we're going to start with our pages. Now the cover you can design yourself, of course. You have all of these options here. We have where you can use the pencil to like draw around and design. You have shapes, text, and then you have this little mountain guy. If you click here on the mountain, you can upload your own imagery or your own PDF. But you can also go to Pixabay or Unsplash. All of these images, they have graphics as well, like illustrations. All of those are going to be available for you, and they're completely royalty free, which is awesome, which means that you can put them in your book. You can put them around, do whatever you want. And then here's your license. You can check and see what's allowed and what's not allowed. But it's kind of awesome because if you are a photographer, and you want your images on like notebooks or journals or anything like that, you can upload your images here and then put them on the covers of your book. But if you are not and you still want pretty images, you can go over here to Pixabay and say cat. And I'm going to search and I'm going to see a cat. And these are all the different options that I have in order to put on my cover or wherever I want in my book. Okay, so those are some options for your cover. We're going to go down here to page 1. Now, our first page here, again, we are creating an activity book for kids. Now, you may be thinking, I don't have the time to sit down and make a maze myself. I don't have the time to sit down and make crosswords. I don't even know how to do that. Where do I start? I actually ran into a lady recently who generates all of her own crosswords and everything by hand, which is amazing. But I don't have the time or the skills to do that. So I'm going to click this little puzzle piece here. It's going to open up all of these pre-designed templates that are ready for me to use. So I can plug and play and use these inside of my book. They're royalty free. And you may be thinking, well, if I click this, I don't even know what these are. I've never done these little things. Have you guys done these? Let me know in the comments, like the number ones. I've only done like the word search ones, but you may be thinking, if you click on this and you upload it, then doesn't everybody who has a BookBolt account, don't they all have the exact same thing? So are we just generating a ton of word search books that all have the same words? Like, what are we doing here? No, you actually, if you were to click here and say word search and you select what pages you want to put them on, like so, you can say continue, and then how many words do you want per page? Do you want them diagonal? Do you want reverse? I would say sure. Actually, if we're doing a kids one, I'm going to say no. We'll make it more simple. But then when you scroll down here, if you look right here, it's going to say choose your words for the word search. And this is where you would upload a CSV file of all the words that you want inside of your word search. And that is how this little piece of software generates the crosswords. So unless somebody else has the exact same brain as you and picks the exact same words as you, every single time you make a word search book, they're never going to have the exact same thing. Isn't that cool? So this is truly something that you can create. It just uses its magical software brain. I don't know how they build this thing, but it does that and allows you to create a word search using the words that you want. So you could really have like a category and say your whole book for kids is going to be about, like, it's a kids activity book about transportation. It's about cars, trains, automobiles, planes, monorails, whatever. You could do that and you could put all of those words in here and then it would generate a crossword puzzle for transportation. How cool is that? So I'm going to go back. I'm not going to mess with this yet. I'm going to get out of here. Something else I wanted to show you when you do go to that puzzle piece is you have a way to categorize all of your different template options. So again, you have access to all of these templates that you can do anytime you want. And look, we were just talking about transportation. They literally have a truck that is a license plate search. I've never done a license plate search thing, but it looks tricky. But we have it in the shape of a truck, so that's cool. We have different maze puzzles, and again, it's all categorized right here. We can click maze, and we have all of these different maze options that we can put into our book. So a while ago, I'm going to show you one of my projects that I did because I did a train like maze book. Here it is. I'm going to show you what this looked like because it had generated all of the maze puzzles on each page, but then I went in and I adjusted it a little bit. So if you can see, If I zoom in a little, that first maze has a little train, so that's how the kids know like where to start. And then there's a little railroad crossing here as far as that's where the ending is. So they know start, finish. So those are little things, little graphics that I found that just added on there. And the way that you can find these little graphics is if you go over here to this mountain picture, you're going to go to Pixabay and you can type in train. They have little train graphics. They have train photos. We can say train graphic. Here's these little trains. Look at that. There's a ton of options. So that gives you a bunch of options. If we were to look on Unsplash, I'm not sure if Unsplash has graphics or if they're just, yeah, Unsplash just has the imagery. But if you want graphics, more illustrative style, Pixabay has those. But they do have a ton of trains. This train is really cool. But you could do an entire book on pictures of trains. Like, wouldn't that be so sweet? I think it would. Okay, so just to give you an idea for that, now let's go back. Which one are we working on? This one. Okay, so we're working on this activity book here. We're going to go right here to that puzzle piece. And then we're making an activity book so we can decide what kind of activities do we want. So I'm just going to scroll through here, through our templates here. And we have Sudoku, we have crossword puzzles, we have hangman, there's mazes. I thought this one was cool. This was a template that I saw the other day, actually, when I was playing around with this, is they have math worksheets. So if any of you are looking at this and you're thinking you want to sell like activity books, math specifically for kids, this would be an option for you. That's kind of one that maybe we'll just do that today. Why not? We're going to make a math activity book today. So what we're going to do now is we're selecting which pages do we want our activity, like our math activity, to be on. And we're going to say we want it on all of the pages except for the cover. Now, if you were creating a coloring book, we did this the other day on a live. If you're creating a coloring book, you want to skip the pages. You want to go every other page because this is going to be the back of this. So your coloring page would be here. Then we would want a blank page on the back, then a coloring page, then a blank page. So we would skip every other one. But this one, since we're just doing a math worksheet, we're going to make it nice and simple, is we are going to go page 1 all the way to page 26. We're going to say continue to options. This is going to tell us how many puzzles do we want per page, what is the distance between the puzzles, and so on and so forth. Do we want no carrying? So if this would be like carry the one, that situation. If we want to have no carrying, we're going to check this. That would be for a lower grade. So like 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds, maybe somewhere in there before they start learning how to carry in math. So we're going to say no carrying. We're going to say addition lowest number, addition highest number. We're going to say addition lowest number. Let's do 0. Addition highest number. We're going to go to 10. Well, should we go to 20? How about 20? No, 10. We're going to say minimum number to add together, max to add together, lower number on the bottom. We're going to say yes because we are doing one for younger kids. We're going to say no borrowing, but see how you can just customize this for any age, any grade, any of that jazz, okay? We're not going to do multiplication. We're not going to do division. After all the puzzles, then we want our solutions page. Solutions per page, we'll do 10. And actually, let's go back. We're going to say, we're actually going to rewind here for a second because I forgot about the solutions pages. So what we have to do is the first half. We're going to select the first half. The first half is going to be our problems pages. The second half is going to be our solutions pages. You can adjust this however you want. If you want to say my problems are going to be all through 1 through 20, we're going to have 20 pages of problems and then 20 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of solutions. You can do that as well. Okay, so here is our math problems here. Now you can see problem number 1. These are very simple. All of these are subtraction with a little bit of addition. So we're mixing and matching here. But we have all of our solutions or all of our problems. And then if we scroll down, here's our solution pages down here. So if we wanted to, and we wanted to change and say something that doesn't say like problem number 1. If we wanted to make it a little like more exciting as far as the name of this page, then we could do that any way that we want. And once you have this, you're going to go over to your cover and you'll generate, or you can create a cover from scratch, however you want. If you want to undo these, then we can say edit, clear pages. Which pages do you want to clear? We're going to clear all. Say okay. And we're going to keep messing with this activity book. So that is how you would do the math portion. The mazes are here. And you can select any maze you want. We can even say, I just want to do one maze and I want it on that page. Where do you want the solution? We can say, oh, look at that. We can adjust the title of the maze. So this is from the train puzzle maze that I had. You're going to get rid of train puzzle and say, can you solve puzzle number what? And then down here for the title for the solution page, you're going to say, we'll just say how to solve puzzle number whatever. Continue to the solution page. This is where you can select, do I want the solution page to be right after this maze, or do I want solution pages down here? We'll just say right after for now so I can show you what that looks like. So this says, can you solve number 1? The second one here, if you wanted to enlarge this, you could. And it's like, how to solve number 1. You probably wouldn't do these back to back, but again, just so you have an idea of what that looks like. We're going to say save. All right. Let's see. What else do I want to show you? These are all custom word searches. Do you guys want to do custom word searches today? I think we'll keep it simple today. We'll get more into that. It's kind of a late night tonight. Thank you all for joining me. Thanks, guys, for hopping on. I see several of you joining off and on here. Let's go ahead and, okay, see these little mazes? I have no clue. We're going to say select first half, continue. Look at this. Okay, now I'm just investigating because I haven't done this before. What? That is really handy. That's going to be a whole different live. I'm getting distracted. I'm squirrel brain right now. Let's go into our puzzle piece. We're going to stick to our very simple activity book, which is what we are doing today for an activity book for kids. Let's go ahead and go back to I want to go back to the math that we were just doing. Okay, so we're going to go back to the math one. Why not? We're going to say select first half. We're going to say continue. And then we can adjust this however we would like to. It has everything from previously that we were messing with. So no carrying. We're going to add the minimum, the maximum, lowest to highest number, lower number on the bottom. Enable subtraction, only positive answers. So we're not going to do like -2. That's the answer. No. We're going to say no borrowing, no, low number on the bottom, no multiplication, no division, and solution after all the puzzles. We will say submit. We can at any time when we have our PDF, we can delete pages that we haven't used, like these ones down here. Or if we want to add anything else, we can add new pages. We can add mazes. We can add crosswords if we want to. So we can go in here, and anytime we need to clear the current page, clear all of our pages, we can do everything from right there. So now, again, if you guys can see, if you were here earlier, you saw that earlier we had different problems here and different solutions as well. We have all of our problems here. And then the second half has our solutions pages, and it says solutions number 3, solutions number 2, and so on and so forth. So if you are ever thinking, like maybe you homeschool, or maybe you want your kids to practice additional math, at any point, you can actually create your own thing. Then once you have all of this created, you would go over here to download your file, and that's going to give you that PDF. It's going to give you your cover file, and it's going to give you your interior files as well. So let me see if there's any other templates that I want to show you. Again, we are using BookBolt. If you're not familiar with the software, this is one that allows you to make activity books, maze books, puzzle books, math books, apparently, because that's what we're playing with tonight. And it allows you to do your first book for free so that you can try it and see if this is the world that you actually want to get into. Here's a little walkthrough of some other different options. They do have AI generators in here as well. I know, for example, if we wanted to, let's see, I'll show you some of my other things that I've played with. This is one that we did on, I think, a live earlier this week, but we completely did this cover by hand, like step by step. I showed you how to do this. It's on YouTube under lives if you want to see how to do this step by step. And it also shows you how to generate all of these images that you can create. So if you're wanting to make activity books or anything for kids, and you don't just want to do maze books or math books or things like that, you can do coloring books as well, which I think is so fun. Now, if we do go back over to BookBolt and we say kids activity book, you're going to go here, and this will give you an idea of what books are selling really well right now. Now, this one has popped up. So previously, when I have typed in kids activity books, it's been like this one, I think, pops up. So this one must be Moving and Shaken. So this one is really cool. It's a scissors skill book to help kids learn how to use scissors and cut things out nicely. It's for ages 3 to 5. But again, you can look through this and you can get ideas for more niche books that you would want to create and ways that you can build out your book. So this is something super simple that you can create as far as the cover. And then you can also right here create your back cover. Now, this back cover, if you guys are familiar with sales funnels or anything like that, the covers of your book and the back covers serve as that purpose. So basically, when somebody buys your book, they're going after the cover. This is what attracted them. And then they see the back cover and they're like, oh, my kid really liked this book. I want to have another book. Which ones do they offer? And then this entices them to go back and purchase this book. And then this one, and then this one. This is another best-selling book. I saw this previously, actually, inside of BookBolt here. So inside of BookBolt, you get access to that product search. And what this lets you do is it lets you see what's selling really well. So, oh, I bet that's the same company. Let's see. Lucas and Friends is the author. Lucas and Friends is the author. This has an estimated of 717 sales, 685 moving sales going on. And then their second one down here has an estimated 416 moving sales, which is awesome. Good for them. Here's another example of a great activity book here, The Ultimate Road Trip Activity Book for Kids 8 to 12. You can click on here and then you can go in and scope it out. So what are they using? Now, this is really good. This doesn't have the pictures that we saw on the previous one as far as like sales funnel wise, but it tells more about the book. It entices them to see what's inside, who is this perfect for, why should they buy it? A lot of people are looking for like boredom breakers. So that would be a really good option or a good option as far as a word to put on your cover is boredom breakers, boredom busters, activity book for kids. Somebody make something like that. Maybe we'll do that on the next live. This one is really interesting as well. The Complete Neuro Trainer Workbook for Kids. And this is basically an activity book, but it has that kind of buzzword here, neuro trainer. Everybody wants to work on the brain, get the brain active. I think that's a really good play on words. But also down here, you can see improves focus, boosts memory, builds logic, enhances coordination, sparks creativity. It has all of these amazing words and things that would make parents be like, hey, man, I really want that for my kid. Okay, so all of this is giving you ideas and options as far as things to help you sell your books on Amazon KDP because you're getting all of this knowledge back here in the back end. Okay. So if we go back over here and you can see on the back of this cover here, which we could even adjust this a little bit more to make it stand out more. This was kind of a quick one that we did the other day on live is back here. This shows what's inside the book. So they see back here, they see the back cover and they can see what is going on the inside. What we're going to do is let's go and we'll make a square. And this square, I'm just going to, actually, we need a rectangle. Let's do a rectangle. Here we go. This rectangle we're going to use as like an outline for the back of this image. So we're going to bring it behind that image, make it a little bit like this so that we kind of have an outline so that that image stands out a little bit, that little snake. This guy we're going to send, do we want to send him back? Sure, we'll send him back and make the snake stand out. We'll send this one back as well. Let's go a little bit farther. There we go. And now we will copy that rectangle. We'll come over here and we will send that guy back as well. Behind that screenshot, as you can see my layers over there, that is how I know where my picture is. We're going to send him back there. And then we'll copy and paste. We'll do it one more time. And this is just helping us get our images to pop a little bit more so that they stand out from the background. We're going to grab that, go all the way back. Same thing. There we go. We're just adjusting there. And then we could even, if we want to, we could outline this little square. Just barely. So if you guys can see over here on the side, if we adjust our layers, I click on that rectangle, I go up, and that's how we can move that text, move that box around. There we go. We'll go over here. Now those stand out a little bit more. It's going to drive me nuts if these are not like perfectly square. So that's something that we can work on, but you guys get the idea of what we want to do here. Okay. And then remember, we're going to have a little barcode down here. So we don't need to worry about this section. If we wanted to put something here, we could, like a little ribbon, or let's see if they have a little ribbon. All of these are little graphics that you can use as well that are royalty free. You can use them as much as you want. Look at that. Boop. So we can put that little guy there. Update the color so that it goes with the other side. And then let's copy and paste this. We're going to say, what do we want to say? Kid approved. That's what we want to say. What that? We are going to adjust this down and we will move it over and say kid approved. Boop. Okay, so we can do things like that. And as you can see, it's very simple. Very simple, to be honest. Okay, let's see. This is good. This, we want to check our margins. That one, I think I'm going to adjust a little bit. We'll go down here. We want to make sure everything is in the margins here. We will scroll down. Doot, doot. just like that. So Amazon's going to be checking for anything on here that goes outside of these green lines. So we're just adjusting our images here. Like so. I really like this one. I think that's cute. We'll say save. We'll go ahead down to our mouse. Boop. Here we go. See if we can stretch this guy without looking crazy. Okay, all of these images, again, I created on BookBolt. So you don't have to use an outside platform. That is what we were working on last time, so that I could show you exactly how to do that all within this system. You can create your images, your font, your text. I'm also going to show you here in a little bit if you were to create a manuscript. Actually, I can just tell you while I'm doing this. If you're going to create a manuscript where like you have a lot of font, a lot of text, things like that, the way that you could do that is you would click on a page and they have a little font selector right here. You would select that, add text, and then you can customize how you want it. So you're probably going to do like 16 font, maybe 12 or 215. We're going to do 12 font, and then you can select what type of font you want and so on. Say okay, and then you'll put your font right there. Right there. And then you can format it however you would like all the way down your page. And that's how you would do it. So here's what that would look like. And again, I have this set to 8.5 by 11. So if you're writing a book with like hundreds of pages, you're probably not going to do it at 8.5 by 11. But just to give you an idea of what this would look like, that is what it would look like as far as formatting your page. It's very simple. Simple, simple. Okay, so now we're going to mess with this some more. Here's our little snake. He gets a little wonky, so I'm going to pull him like that. But again, you can adjust this however you would like. And if you want to go over here and you want to cut it, you want to snap. So if you snap, then it snaps directly where it needs to go here and so on. You can fit it perfectly on the page or adjust it or cut it. Okay, so if we go back over to, again, to new projects, if you wanted to create anything, your trim size is here. You can do an AI story generator. That'll be for a different live. But hopefully this was helpful and it gave you some ideas as far as how you can create an activity book. Let me know what questions